Welcome back to your channel. My name's Brad Supercoach Pro. I just went to early crow. Oh shit! Halftime. Newman sitting on 70. Unbelievable, right? Newman sitting on 70 at halftime. I'm like, what a trade. Houston out of my side, right? And then all of a sudden, so I don't go the early crow ever. I thought, nah, there's no way he won't turn up, right? No freaking way. Newman's on 70, finishes with 77 for the fucking game. Florent, everybody went around him. I watched Carlton panic in the third. Houston got cheap ball in the third and the fourth, like really cheap ball. Newman was taking kickouts. Florent was taking some off him as well. Yeah, I don't know. It's like they said, you know what, Newman, take a back seat. Then every time Newman was off the bench, on the bench, Collingwood would just slam on goals. I've never seen a side where one player comes off and that entire team just gets cooked. Every time Newman came off, bang, gone. So yeah, Newman in AFL Fantasy scored 101 and 77 in Supercoach. And then Houston gets an 89 for the most stat-padding fucking stats I've ever seen. Yeah, so Dacos, at least he was my vice captain, so listen to you lot saying about his 100th game and shit, but oh my God. Newman. Carlton, so I was watching that game heavily, right? And Carlton with Newman just going straight, not looking for Newman as a spare. Newman has got a good role, so I'm not too worried, right? He's playing as a like a +1 behind the ball, taking kickouts. Also, comes up to stoppage and almost a spirit stoppage as well. So, not mad, just disappointed that Carlton didn't use him more often. The minute Carlton put the ball in his hand, they actually looked really good. But then as soon as they panicked and just booted the ball forward and had no structure, they just went to shit. So that was actually pretty entertaining. And I went early crow, so I'm expecting a lot of flack on Twitter. And that's why I never bother, really. But in the long run, I think, for what it's worth, I think Newman's a great pick regardless. So I still back it in. Like, if he wasn't stuck on the pine for so long, so many times when the ball was down his end, he would have been okay. So, yeah, fuck you, Newman. Pull my finger. I'm about to vomit. My nerves are shot. Go Pies. I thought you turned off the TV, so I didn't know if you're watching it anymore after that game, Yaz. Club's cooked. Talking about Carlton here. FRS, bro, we always lose. Yes. Annoying. Boss out. Yeah, so you guys are obviously Carlton boys. I have a look at the stats tonight. So funny. I can't believe how bad that was for an early crow. I don't normally go early crows on Twitter, but I thought there's no way he's not going to get 100 here. Walsh looked better than a 98, so I feel like hopefully there's a bit of scaling to go in this game because that was actually just deplorable. So what's the scores looking like? So Walsh 101, Vice on Dacos at 140, so I'll take that. Oh my God, Newman got scaled back to 76. Oh, wow. Yep, Jagger Smith 64. So this is an interesting one. So he also spent a lot of time on the bench as well. So he's probably almost ready for the picking. Unless, no, they got Fremantle next week. Jagger Smith. If you got rid of him, you probably did all right. He'd probably just be about 300k anyway. So Jagger, I think it's time to go for Jagger. I think he was, yeah. I thought we had a lot better pick than that, but it seems like Cherish killed it. Walsh, just doing Walsh things, a little bit underwhelming. I kind of felt he was underscaled, but he did a few stupid things. Definitely felt better than a 101, though. He was everywhere, so I'm actually kind of surprised. He hasn't been the worst starting pick. He's just been a bit mediocre. Like, worst score, a 91. He's definitely not VC and C option. Like, Walsh is not that guy. Florent was taking points off Newman. But Florent's boring. He just goes forward, doesn't look for any other option. Oh, man. Newman, what have you done to my side this week? No plus points for that. what's to go here? Collingwood. Wow, I can't believe Hollands didn't even touch the ball, so that's crazy. 3 points to Hollands. Anderson looks good for next week, so that's. I can't believe the shot on the siren too. Anderson's the guy we pick off the bubble, and he's got Essendon next week at Anzac Day, so that'll be Saturday next week, so that should be good. You'd think he looked pretty good actually. Josh Dacos, that free kick against him probably nailed him back from like an 80 down to 74 or something like that, maybe a bit more. Houston just got piggyback points for chipping around in the third and fourth. So I'm okay taking that bet head-to-head over the next forever. Darcy Cameron's interesting. He'd be good if Steen wasn't around. But yeah, going into the team, man, that was rough. I can't believe this is why I don't do early calls. Fucking early crows. I can't believe how good he looked, and then he did 6 points after half time. Newman, go fuck yourself. Dad, if you're watching, sorry, but I'm just dropping the F-bombs. I'm sick of it. But I'll take the VC, so I can use either of these forwards anyway. So basically my trades anyway were, Newman for Houston, Farah for Allen, making no cash whatsoever, but Farah should be a good enough rookie. Negative 57 break even. Allen's 52 break even, so it's whatever. Carlton still have the easiest matchup for the rest of the year for designated kickers. And then obviously I just put Robert in because we know he's got an ACL. And I'll take the 140 captaincy and won't worry about anything else. So 140, you're just going to take it, and it'll be all right. So, yeah, I'll just get into comments, and I don't know if I can be F-streaming now that Newman just put on a shit show. It's Geordie off. Oh, no shit. Yeah, right. I didn't even read that. Sorry, Geordie. Because you said about clubs cooked, I thought you were boys supported. I didn't even realise it was you, Geordie, my old housemate. How funny. Yaz turned it on at the beginning of the last, was going to give it 5 minutes, and Dacos went nuts. Yeah, no, Dacos went from an 80 at three-quarter time to 140 to finish off, so that was pretty decent. I love that. Liam, I got the VC on Dacos, so I take that, yeah. Oh, definitely. Overlook Jackson, 100%. Especially with Mason Cox back in the side, 100%, mate. Jagger's done. I think Jagger for me is out for Anderson next week, and then I can bank 200K and go elsewhere. I don't think I'll use my final boost this week. I think I'll hold that. But yeah, just some of the comments on Twitter are actually pretty hilarious when I went to early crow, so I'm probably going to cop that all night. I got this. Fuck, I just want to delete the post now. Yeah, here's the comments anyway on Twitter. It's like, nice early chromo. Moz 7 points after this post. This age well. Good thing I can't rage trade mid-game. What a curse by you here. Unlucky as fuck. Then some wank was like, Newman's just popped his shoulder, which he didn't. So, yeah, a bit of rage baiting, which is pretty funny. This went as well as it could be expected, didn't it? Houston now 10 points ahead of Newman. Never go the early crow. And then all these other absolute geniuses giving me that shit. So pretty funny, to be honest. But yeah, Newman they just avoided Newman. Carlton panic and they just bomb it forward. That's the issue. So it's not really a Newman going missing it. Newman was sitting right where you need him to be as a spare. And then you look at Florent, Cripps, Chera in particular. Chera does not look for the guy behind him or guy behind him. He'll just boot for territory. I noticed a lot in that setup. Carlton's mids, none of them but Walsh look to – all of them just go forward. None of them actually look to go back to see if they've got, some time and space. So there's no structure. It's let's get territory, let's boot it to Mackay. But when Mackay was off, you can't boot it to the top of the goal square and hope that someone's going to, bury it. So, yeah. And then, yeah, that's right. It is off a lot of bench time. So, yeah, no, I'm still confident the pick will work. I'm still very confident. Don't get me wrong. It's just funny that he went 70 at halftime and then did nothing. Brought him in too. Yeah, rough. You know what, Nightfall? I'd probably take the risk and go Mirrors against Tigers, in my opinion. Had emergency on Steen. What did Steen get? Let's see, Steeny boy. Oh man, Steen. Steen, what did Steen get? Steen 72. That's actually decent. Because you got a goal to put him back in front or whatever. So yeah, very good for Steen owners. Surprised people actually fielding Steen. How many? We'll normally tell you how many people put him on the pine and how many people have not. So, what do we got here? So, 80% have him on the bench, 20% have him at F6 or whatever it might be. Probably F6. So, yeah, interesting. Only 1 in 5 teams actually use Steen, so that's a real pod move, I guess, at F6. How funny, though. What the hell? No, Guru Newman was in a good spot, but he was on the bench for half of the last quarter. Yeah, that's what hurt. His role was good. He was in the right spots, and when he come off the ground, Collingwood just piled on goals. In that last half, I don't know how many behinds Collingwood kicked, but it was minimal. That was the other thing. Collingwood just kicked so straight. That's because there was no defensive pressure. But yeah, it's definitely interesting. That's for sure. VC Dacos and decent Walsh score. I'm happy. Yeah, I'm happy with Walsh as well. Walsh has been okay. He's been solid enough. I'm happy with the VC for Dacos as well. It means I can sit pretty and not have to worry about a late C, because every time I've been doing VCs in the Cs, I've rarely got a VC happening early in the week. So I'm always stressed out on a Saturday or Sunday. Or everyone's banked a nice score from Max Gorn or someone like that. So, yeah. Nah. I mean, it's still got like 18 rounds to go anyway. So, right, I might be thinking too much, but definitely taking Dacos VC over Gorn. Yeah, don't go for a projected of 185. That would be the biggest NPC move I've ever seen. Yeah, you take a 140 every day of the week. That's not even a question, Ryder. So I'm glad you're not overthinking that one. BJ, Big J trading Houston out was a sign to keep him. Legitimately, probably. Fuck. Oh, Newman, go piss yourself. Mick, take this. Oh, wow. Okay, so last time I'm going to answer this question. Yes, take the Dacos VC. Please take the Dacos VC. Don't risk Jackson. He's got Mason Cox in the side. So, yeah, no. Anything over a 130 should be a bankable VC. What happens if Jackson gets injured? You know what I mean? Or what happens if Jackson plays 100% forward, hypothetically? So, yeah, no. All right, that's the last time. If anyone asks me about VC off Dacos and see Gorn or see anybody else, I'll probably just skip it because, yeah, that's wild. Just bank the 140. Magic. I don't think they kicked any behinds in the last. Yeah, that makes sense. I was wondering why he couldn't get any cheap ball. The rolls, yeah, just, oh my God. Anyway. Can't rolls, just do 130. Yeah, I wish Walsh could. Honestly, it'd be amazing if he could. Wonder if I'm still getting roasted on Twitter. This could be a long roast. Oh, man, yeah, it's still going. I love these heroes, though. This guy's like, you donkey. Houston outscored him. Who? I don't even know you guys. Yeah, maybe I'm a donkey, but at least I'm a donkey earning money. Most likely Steen on the air. Yeah, true, because there's a lot of injured forwards, so that makes sense, actually, doesn't it? Yeah, 72 is fieldable for an F6 too. Walsh, yep. Walshy Walsh. Did you? Nah, I did Farrow as well for Bo Allen. So I've done 2 trades. I haven't used a boost for once. Put my finger, 125 is all for VC. Supercoach gods don't like greed. Agreed. It's nice having a Thursday night. A Thursday night VC, though. I love that. Field Farrow, a grill Farrow for me. Mike, thoughts on bringing in Sherry next week? Sauce for the day cost. What? No, that's okay. All good. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you want to pay up for Cherry though. I don't know. The only one I don't want to pay more than 600k for a ruck. Pull my finger. The zombies are feasting on Twitter. Hey, makes sense, bro. Oh my god, they are. Yeah, they'll be doing that all night for sure. All day tomorrow too. So yeah, love that. That's fun. Mr. Sideways, let's see what's going on. Darcy Cameron bottomed out. Could be an option, 460k. Yeah, actually, a guy that runs a page on Twitter brought him in. So, yeah, shout out to Supercoach HQ for bringing him in. He's an excellent pick. He brought him in. Yeah, I can't remember old mate's names. I'm bad with names, but he brought in Darcy Cameron this week. Like, that's a very pod move. And he's pretty much bottomed out. So, anyway, I can't believe that fucking happened with Houston and what's his name, Newman. Yes, I do like the option, but only if you don't got a R2 like me, I guess. Craze fit Grundy VC against Madden should fit. Yes, definitely craze fit, 100%. Hey, what's going on? The Pistols, Jagger off to Slaughterhouse. Yep, Anderson, the logical to come in. I think a lot of people next week will go Jagger to Anderson for sure. Give us a like for the stream too. Are you not trading Butter this? No, not this week. I'll probably trade Butter in the next couple. If he comes back sooner too, I might just hold off. I don't know. I don't really want any forward rookies this week. That's my issue, to be honest. I'm not really keen on them. Not this week, I'm not. What are your thoughts on Jag? I think it's time to go Jagger. That's what I think. Darcy Cameron might get a shout for next. Really? That's interesting. That's very interesting, actually. I wonder what his time up forward is, to be honest. Well, he's named in the side. He's on the bubble. I don't know if it's worth using a boost for it like I might, but I don't think I will. But it's definitely very tempting. Yeah, good enough rookie, I think. Especially because he's named on the wing. So, I mean, why not, right? Perez, I think, will be all right. Hopefully. Like, you never know. There's been rookies where we don't think they're going to get games, and then all of a sudden they've played 10 games. You know, like, how the hell did that happen? So, yeah. Oh, well. I wonder if the game is now out, done all its scaling and whatever else. Oh, man, it's so annoying. Oh, whatever. All right. I think it has. At least I got the VC signed up. I end up bringing in Rochelle, McInerney, and Farrow. So now running Poo F6. I like it. I think he'll be fine. Very well done. I like Zach Bailey pick. I think he will be solid. Oh, my God. I didn't realize the time. Yeah, no, I reckon he'll be solid, mate. Mate, should I keep Anderson means I will have a week at least. Yeah, I mean, he's meant to be back in a week, apparently, so. But also means no Farrow. Yeah. The issue is Farrow costs so much money. That's what I hate about him in my side right now. Like, I made nothing off that trade. Just hoping he makes 200,000, to be honest. Matthew, cannot believe the Houston and Newman turn around. What the fuck? I also, how did Houston only cop the 87? It was just stat padding, and he had an early free kick against as well. But if Collingwood weren't winning and Carlton continued winning, which is the most unlikely sentence ever, yeah, it would have been a nice day for Newman to keep going and go 120 or something. So pity that Carlton can't hang on because Newman would have been a great pick. I just need Florent to get injured. So That would be nice. If one could get injured, it means Newman's definitely got all the monopoly there. So, yeah, that was annoying. Can't believe Newman was on 70 at halftime, though. Like, what the fuck? Dacos played out the entire last quarter. Thank fuck. Yes, that is good, isn't it? Yeah. I can never have one of those nights where you have everything go well in one night, like where all your players just ton up in a night. Like, literally only 2 out of 4 did. So, yeah. Interesting. And I can't really do anything with Butterick and Robinson anyway. I've already committed to Newman now, so yeah. Don't know what I'll do. I think I'm just gonna no boost and just leave my players as is and not use the boost. Where do we think Marshall will play? Well, hopefully down back. I really don't know. Can only hope. I just have a feeling he might get swung around forward and back depending on the game, like we saw last week. So yeah. Interesting. Very interesting. I don't know. All right, I think they've stopped going crazy on Twitter, so that's interesting. Paddy Cripps is such a Supercoach pick, just FYI. Anderson will be on the bubble with a negative break even of negative 77. Yeah, wow, that's a very good pick. Yeah. Interesting. That is definitely very interesting. I saw someone saying Port are playing double rucks. Yeah, they are. They're playing Visitini and Sweet, mate. So, yeah. So Marshall can keep playing back. Yeah, that you'd hope that would happen, but who knows with Carr, honestly. Let's be honest, Newman's scoring potential far outweighs Houston. Overall, it 100% will. So, yeah, I'm okay. I'm still okay. I'll show the DFS stats later. I might bring it up now. Let's see if I can get into it again. I'll just so you guys know what I'm talking about. DFS. What was it again? Let me find out where I was. DFS. Okay, so I'll just stop my screen on Supercoach and I'll show what I'm talking about. So where am I? In the studio. Remove my screen. Give us a like for the stream as well, ladies and gentlemen. Stop screen. Yeah. All right, so let's check out DFS. And I don't normally go into DFS screens and whatever, but this is the current stats for designated kickers. So Carlton actually had Collingwood in the green, so that's why your foreign types scored really well tonight on a 101. Then he's got Fremantle, St Kilda, which are green matchups for Carlton, Doggies. So the hard matchups are Brisbane and Port Adelaide. Geelong, Essendon are neutral. Then after his bye, he's got Giants, which is a hard matchup. But then his last, whatever it is, 8 games there are mostly green, apart from Hawthorn in the red and Gold Coast neutral and Brisbane in the red there. So apparently, if you go by average, he's got the best run for designated kickers. So that's where I thought he'd go nuts, these next 3. And I thought against Collingwood, like we saw what Freo did, etc., I thought he'd go nuts. So just pity they couldn't get into his hands. That's the issue with that one. That in the bench time was crazy. The ball got stuck on the other side. And yeah, I don't know. It'll be okay in the long run. That's the main thing. I mean, the only good thing he's going to remain a pod, that's for sure. After everyone's seen that score, no one's going to even think about him. That's okay. I'm willing to risk it and play a little bit different than just play vanilla and bore the shit out of you guys and thinking like I'm everybody else, which I'm not. I already went through this, didn't I? Where were we? Thoughts on Zach Bailey? I like the pick. I think he's probably about ranked 5 or 6 if I had to rank the top forwards now, mate. Just Should I keep? Nah, we already went through there. Maybe I can. Where the fuck were we? I don't even know where we were in the comments. Sorry, it was Mr. Sideways Supercoach. Marshall was seeing it training down back. Yeah, hopefully he is, to be honest. Save the boost for an upgrade season. I think I will save it, to be honest. You're likely to need an Uber Primo. Or when injuries happen, when you get 3 injury players in a row. So, yeah, I'll save the boost for that. Didn't the winner last year use all his boosts already? I don't know. I don't watch any other ones, to be honest. Not many. So, yeah. Yes, mate, but there was no early carnage to popular players like this year. That is true. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Yazza. Appreciate that. Computer fun. Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. My Afterpay is loving current laptop shit and all that, so goes a long way. Thank you for that. Feel like I haven't caught a break in a while. But it's okay. Thanks, Yaz. I appreciate it. Josh, pick 2 of these: Murdoch, Jagger, Ramirez. Murdoch and Ramirez for me, Josh. Dacos, good VC, Brad. Yeah, at least I did something right? I wonder if I'm still commenting in Twitter from the Keyboard Warriors. At least you guys are nice and supportive. All right, Keyboard Warriors have stopped. So that's nice. I'm sure it will continue like 3 a.m. I'll get something stupid. That's okay. That's a part of the game, isn't it? Okay, I did that. Read this. Massive internet funds. Yeah, well, yeah, definitely. I can't believe it. When I finished work that day, I was like, that was the last thing I wanted to come home to. Was my room was trashed. Like, they actually trashed this joint. It was ridiculous. We had oil, like cooking oil, all over the benches. They took all our toilet paper, which was weird. Yeah, my room was a mess. I reckon. I don't even know how much cash I had in on me, but whatever I had was gone. What else did I don't even know what else they took. You know when you just can't remember what you've got in your room? Like I've moved twice in Adelaide since getting here, and all my shit's in boxes. But yeah, so it's easy for them to carry out, I guess, which was fun. But I don't know. I just like the first thing I did when I found out. Obviously, left work a little bit early, but I just ended up going out that night, having a few drinks to distract myself because I thought, "What the fuck have I done?" Couldn't believe it. What am I doing? So, mate says, am I going to have to pay up for Dacos now? I don't think he is going to drop. Potentially, but he's pretty highly owned. He's just such a good VCC option. So, yeah. Corey, do I take Jagger 65 or Ramirez? Ramirez for me, mate. Ramirez. Just curious, what is a respectable overall finish in Supercoach? It's a hard one to answer, really. I think anywhere in the top 1% is really good. Like anything top 1%, at least top 1K is like really respectable. Anything in the top 5,000 is still pretty good because a lot of people play this game. I kind of just think as long as you're in that top, what would you be? Top 7 to top 8,000 overall. Like you don't want to be like a 20K player, 30K player, 40K player every year. But the competition gets so much better because there's people putting out more content. There's more data on websites like this, for example. So the game gets harder because everyone gets better. So, yeah, I still say top 1% if I was to actually answer that question directly. Yeah, it's been a while since I finished. I think I don't know how many seasons ago, but I was just outside the 1,000. I think I was 1,200 for the year. Last year, I got up to 37 or 38. I was in the top 100 for a fair bit, and then bottomed out at the end of the season, actually, because I went through all my trades, similar to what I'm doing now, and I went from 37 or 38th rank. I can't remember what round it was. And then I finished about 6K after having a really good start and good middle patch. And then just did some dub stuff. So anti-potting players like a Dacos and Butters in the long run doesn't help. So might be doing the same mistake here with Max Gorn, potentially. So, yeah, I feel like you can certainly get away with a few players not having like 2 or 3. But when you're running out of 5 or 6 big dogs that everybody's got, at some point you're gonna feel it, especially if your pods are doing the opposite. So, example, like Newman and Houston every week. So, for example, Houston gets 12, 15 points on me this week. But if I can make sure that Newman, I don't know how I make sure, but if Newman can next 3 games go 50 points plus on Houston, then I'm laughing. But if it goes the other way around and it ends up being an absolute fraud, then I've lost that completely. But I'm willing to take punts on research that I've done myself, not research that's done by others and I've just jumped on it. So I still think I can turn it around to that pick. So yeah, I don't know. I like to play. The other thing is I don't like to be like everybody else that you see have the same fucking side, because I don't know how everybody watches the same teams with the same players and so on and so on. Like, I can't do it, and I don't even bother anymore. I only listen to my own shit in terms of. I still message my mates who do content and shit and say, "What do you think out of this pick and this pick?" And then they'll normally tell me what they think of A or B. But I don't necessarily say, "Here's my side. What should I do?" It's very rare that I ever ask that question. That's why I prefer when you guys in the comments say player A or player B. Because I don't want to have to pick a player at 550k that you guys aren't even interested in. It makes it irrelevant. Josh, it's a 1-week injury apparently. So if you take the Gold Coast medical staff, you wouldn't trade him out on a 1-week injury. Very hard to know though if it is a 1-week injury. So yeah, I don't know. I think he probably, if it's true and it's a 1-week injury, you hold. That's as simple as that. But if you think he's going to play like shit after he gets back from it, then you don't hold. As simple as that. So, yeah, I don't know. I'd probably hold him at this point, considering I've gone through so many trades. Bringing in Bailey or Cozzy. Man, bring in Bailey or Cozzy. I've already got Cozzy. If I didn't have Cozzy, where to go? I'd probably still have Cozzy just ahead of Bailey. Just because I think the CBAs will be there a little bit more than. Let's have a look at the inside midfielders and let's have a look at forwards as well. So maybe this might give us a bit of insight. So I'll average it top from bottom. So top is the best. Oh, okay, well, there you go. Inside midfielders, Brisbane have the best clear number 1 fixture for mids. If he's playing midfield, that is, which we know he's getting stints of. And then where are we? So Brisbane number 1, Melbourne are all the way down here. But then they also play up forward. What's it looking like for the chart there? My gut feels, regardless of these stats, say pick it anyway, regardless of bullshit DFS. And then Brisbane are up here for forwards, number 3 for the easiest fixture. For forwards, general forwards, and then Melbourne again, right down the bottom. But my gut just says Pickett's a better pick in general anyway. But if you wanted to go by data, which I failed on tonight, yeah. Don't know if that helps or not, but my gut would say Cozzy. Just. My trades are Zorks and Buddha to Pez and Sarong. Thoughts? Sarong showed me nothing last week. So I don't really know. I mean, Perez makes sense. He's playing on the wing, and he hasn't been dropped, and there's Hawthorn players back there. So, yeah, man. I'd look at someone that's not Sarong, to be honest, Josh. I think you've got good enough rookies down back to actually cover Zorko potentially as well. If you've got, your Lindsay types, I wouldn't mind holding a Zorko, especially if it's only 2 weeks. So he likes Sarong's run. Well, if you like Sarong's run, then do it. Yeah, don't even worry about, because he's got what, Carlton and West Coast next to West Coast and Carlton. Josh, I doubt he plays like that. I doubt he plays like he has been this season when he gets back. Maybe it's the appendix. Maybe it is. That's what I was thinking too. Maybe it is the appendix that's hurting him, been troubling him. Yeah, no, I agree. It literally could be that for sure. Just seeing if I'm still getting roasted on centre bounce. I don't even know what the Elmo emoji means, Big J. So I put up a thing saying, go on early crow here, but in fact my research is good when I don't follow the crowd. And centre bounce just goes Elmo like this, but I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know. At least I don't trade out my fucking primos. Let's play and get tackled when you have fresh stitches. Yeah, literally for fucking Noah Anderson. Rochelle or Petrarca? Petrarca, I think that's an easy question. Pull my finger. Watkins finally useful. Can be captain this week. Hell yeah, he can be. Thoughts about holding Zorko, but he has an old man. But he's an old man. It's a calf too. That's a pain in the ass. Calf you can do over and over again once you've done him recently too. I don't mind holding him, and then if he does it again, then get rid of him. But I reckon you can always loop your D6 for 2 weeks and then see how he goes. And if he's out again, then yeah, definitely trade. Also depends on trades you've used. If you've used bugger all trades, then just trade him. But if you like me and you're aggressive trades, then maybe you should hold. That's how I'd read that. Why won't this next question work? Oh my god. Maybe the internet's mad at me having a little bit of a go. At R6, I feel like as a D supporter, I should be backing Cosy. Well, then do it. Don't worry about the tags. Like, I'm sure there's games where Cosy will make up for his tags. You know what I mean? Like, I'd go for it. You know what? I'm actually even going to bite back. I'm just right. At least I don't trade out my primos. Oh, I just got to bounce and stir this one up. All right. Stir in the pot. Let's see what the fuck happens there. Fuck, people remind me. All right. Anyway, yeah, that's interesting. Big hateful cop concussion protocol, and McGovern looked properly. The bag is in the world of pain. Yeah, definitely in a world of pain. I wish Florent would play out forward so then Newman could get a lot of ball down back. That would be nice, actually. That would be bloody nice. What about rucks? What is the rucks looking like for this season in DFS? Where are we? Rucks. St Kilda, as if you're going to pick a St Kilda ruckman. Dogs ruckman, Tim English, go fuck yourself. So Melbourne are there, right? So what are they? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Fremantle. Yeah, right. Really means nothing. Like, you know what Gawn's going to do, even if he has hard matchups. Where's Sydney on this list? Yeah, I feel like this is a bit of a stupid one. This is maybe it would help against VCs and C options for your ruckman, but ruckman do well no matter who they play against, generally speaking. Anyway, that ruck bullshit over the preseason was the biggest overreaction ever. Inside midfielders, though, Brisbane have the best matchups for inside mids. That's why I was hot on Ockie Neal last week. Yeah, Brisbane, then Giants. So Giants have easy matchups. That's why I went Callaghan as well. So yeah, see what happens there anyway. St Kilda. Yeah, a few interesting ones there. What else we got? I don't really use this chart too often, but North Melbourne, we've already got LDU, Doggy. So Bont's got easy matchups. Look at all those green ones. There's not many red ones in there. Really, North actually hard matchup. That's interesting. Gold Coast have bad ones. So Noah Anderson's got the worst matchup for midfielders apparently. And if he comes back against Hawthorn, does he get tagged? Does he get tagged by Nash? Does he get tagged by Bedford against the Giants? And does he get tagged by Garcia at the Saints? Maybe I could be overthinking that. Sydney. So Heaney's got some tough matchups too, apparently. Giants, Dogs, next two. I just don't want to be paying up more than 600k for any of these players, to be honest. Speaking of which, too, what were matchups for inside midfielders for Collingwood this week? So Collingwood, Carlton were in mutual matchup, but he went 140. So these charts don't really mean shit, really. They're so irrelevant to some things. Like your guns are guns anyway. That's why I never really pull up DFS. I think it's better watching the eye test. You get a lot more out of a game just watching it instead of bullshit data. If anything, maybe that's better for your rookies, I guess. Like when I was looking at key forwards, when we're talking about Edwards and a player like Fawcett, they're actual, not general forwards, sorry, key forwards. This one made me nervous about Edwards, but even on paper you could see it. If I can scroll down, although they're both not great sides, but sort this column out. So Edwards, where are you, mate? Essendon. So Gold Coast are a white matchup for a key forward. Collingwood actually green. That's interesting. And then Brisbane, but on paper they just don't look great. And then Richmond have, where's Richmond? Richmond. North. I thought North would have been easier. North, Melbourne, and West Coast. See, West Coast green, that made sense. Yeah, that doesn't even help me there. Yeah, anyway, I'm sick of DFS. DFS is bullshit. How popular was Dacos VC tonight, Yaz? I'd love to know. Give us a like for the stream too. I'll probably be out of here shortly. I've got work tomorrow. If you're not having a good night, at least, we're not Hollands brothers. Got one touch. Wow. Touch up by Dacos, and the others supposedly only had one disposable from a full game. That's pretty crazy to have one disposal for one game. Like, insanely crazy. That's so funny. Fuck, I'm an idiot. Interesting. 0 disposals for Elijah. Yep. Yeah, that's wild. Surely he gets dropped next week. Surely Voss gets sacked. How are you up every time at halftime and then just lose it? I've never seen a team do that consistently. It actually doesn't make sense. Very confusing for Voss. Voss must, like Voss, who did Carlton play next couple of games? Let's have a look. Carlton. It's a game we kind of thought they might win too by the way they kept going. But then how many times are you going to get catfished? So Carlton have Dockers, St Kilda, Brisbane, Doggies, Port Adelaide, Geelong. Maybe against Essendon. Maybe it is the battle of Brad Scott and Voss that gets them kicked out. Interesting. Very interesting. Cool, here's a good one. So R6 says 29% of all Supercoach players had Dacos VC tonight. Wow, okay, that's really high. So anti-potting that would have been a bad time for sure. Can we talk about the BS decision to find Butters guilty to AFL was fucked up? You know what? I actually kind of tuned out of Twitter completely when I saw this. Like, what was the entire point of that thing? I have no idea. Like, it literally makes no sense. I don't know why umpires get on their high horse in the first place and think, it's just stupid. I don't know. I'm baffled by some of the shit that happens in the AFL, honestly. It makes you wonder sometimes who's making these fucking decisions. But yeah, I don't even know. Look, I'm probably going to go. I'm done for the night. I think Newman's pissed me off enough as it is. Give us a like for the stream. I'll probably, what are we doing tomorrow night? So, tomorrow night, a bit of an earlier game. Right, okay. Cats v Dogs tomorrow night. Might do a bit of a pre-stream, depending what time I knock off work. So, yeah, anyway, thanks for the donations tonight, too. Appreciate it from everyone. Yeah, I should be able to hopefully move on soon anyway from everything that's happened in the last week, but appreciate the love and support. So thank you, everyone. I'll leave it there and chat to you on the next one, I'm sure. Cheers.